The YouTube channel known as Alpha Path has made a video that requires a very serious rebuke. In that video, he says,
The church is the modern day Israel.
"The church is not the modern-day Israel, and I will prove it from the New Testament." The speaker overlooks what Paul explicitly calls the mystery in Ephesians 3. The body of Christ is not modern-day Israel. Rather, it is something entirely new that was not made known in other ages. Ephesians 3, 5-6. If the church were just Israel under a different name, there would be nothing mysterious about it. The mystery is that Jews and Gentiles are now made co-equal in one new body, apart from Israel's covenant program. Romans 11 actually refutes replacement theology, not supports it. Paul says Israel has fallen and is experiencing a temporary blindness until the fullness of the Gentiles comes in. That means we are currently in a distinct period where God is forming the body of Christ made up of both Jews and Gentiles during Israel's fall. That is not Israel, that is a new work of God. And Paul couldn't be clearer about Israel's future. In Romans 11, 26-27, he says, "All Israel shall be saved, for this is my covenant unto them." That covenant is still future, not fulfilled in the church. If the church were Israel, Paul would not speak of a future national restoration at all. Believers today are called the body of Christ, 1 Corinthians 12:27, not Israel, and our citizenship is in heaven, Philippians 3:20, not tied to an earthly nation. So biblically, Israel has temporarily fallen. The body of Christ, which are Jew and Gentiles united in a new body, is the revealed mystery, and God's covenant with Israel is still future. That's not replacement, it's a pause in Israel's program while God does a new work. Many Christians are ignorant of this mystery, which is why they make blatantly false statements like this.
A new view of God's redemptive history with man came around called dispensationalism. The primary progenitor of this new view was called John Nelson Darby, okay?
No, actually it is the Apostle Paul who writes, "If ye have heard of the dispensation of the grace of God which is given me to you, ward, how that by revelation he made known unto me the mystery." Unfortunately, many in the Christian church are ignorant of Paul's mystery. If you look at the order of the New Testament documents, immediately after Paul's 13 letters are Hebrews to Revelation. This is when God resumes his dealings with the covenant nation and fulfills his covenant with them, as Paul wrote in Romans 11. Paul pleads with us not to be ignorant of this mystery in Romans 11:25. Unfortunately, the Alpha Path clearly is. God is not done with Israel as a nation. They will be brought through the time of Jacob's trouble, as the prophets foretold, and 1/3 of them will be saved, as foretold in Zechariah chapter 13. I will be making a future video that explains all of this in more detail soon. Hopefully the Alpha Path publishes a retracting and repents of this false view of the church, the body of Christ, and Israel. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe if you're interested in learning more about this topic soon.